Friday.
Hi, everyone.
Friday.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody on there in the
It's,
nerdite world and the nerdosphere.
Friday's an important day.
It's a great
We
day.
have the show.
Yes.
just
You
because
guys
the
look like you have
weekend
no
The
energy.
beginning
Are you guys
of the
tired?
weekend. Yes.
Are you
start-
So
tired?
starts. We started off last episode with me ripping on you guys for your energy because I was just kind of like, oh, yeah. I'm like, hey, guys. And you guys are like, eh. And I'm like, wow, great energy, great enthusiasm. Glad you're all happy to be here. I've got
Always.
some energy. I'm really close to my lucid
I love
nightmare.
being
Wow.
here. I've been here all day.
I know you have been here all day. You having
But you
fun
know
here all
what,
day?
though? That's why they call me Superman.
Nobody calls you Superman.
Everybody calls me
I
Superman.
think your
Actually, they
nephew
call me
calls you Superman.
Super Duper Man.
Super duper man.
No. We went, we went
No.
over it at MetroCon what your actual hero name is.
The
It's
Shadow.
no. He can hear. You see, he is slightly above average man.
Slightly. Wow.
Instead of super
So mean.
instead of super hearing, he has super hearing only for things that mildly annoy him.
Like chewing,
Like
like
chewing.
chips in
he
your mouth.
hears that
Hey,
shit
wait a
from
minute.
a mile
so,
away.
so
He's
the
just
other
like,
day on Facebook, I saw this study that if it means you're super intelligent when those kind of noises, those noises annoy you.
Well, that's a
No,
lie.
it means you're easily annoyed.
Master
Well,
Roshi
maybe-
is not easily annoyed.
Maybe you're easily annoyed because you're more intelligent than these friggin' morons doing stupid things.
There you go. See, thank you, Bree. I love you so much. You're awesome.
Eating
The
Captain
The rest of
Crunch
you
one
can
room
go
over
home
isn't
and
a
just
stupid
not stop
thing.
talking.
I'm one room
Well,
over.
as long as you're chewing with your mouth closed.
I am. He can still hear it.
He
That's what
still
I'm saying.
hears
Sometimes
it.
it's really
he has,
annoying though.
He has super hearing for
that.
just mildly annoying things. He's like, someone's eating chips 4 states away. How dare they?
But when you
I'm
ask him a
just like,
question, he doesn't hear it.
yeah,
What'd you say?
yeah, there we go. Such is life.
My dog snores barely snores. But in the middle of the night when it's the only noise in the house, I just want to put a pillow over his head.
Yep, exactly. You want to smother it, right?
Yeah.
I have a dog that does that. That chews on stuff. I can hear it with
Oh,
my
when
door
they do
shut.
that slurpy, chewy noise. Oh,
I had a girl that was like that. I just want to smother her when she snores.
Yeah, but you can't kill your mom in her sleep. That's not good. That's a convictable. That's a
My mom's already
convictable crime.
dead. I can't kill her again.
Well,
Is she dead, or have you just been told that?
No, she's dead.
I don't.
Let's not talk about Dorman.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Here's the thing. If we're going to go on that, I'm gonna insult people. Then, if we're talking about snoring,
I do not snore at Megacon Orlando.
no. My birthday, we had gone to Orlando.
Listen here, joystick boy. You do snore.
And we learned something very important about my younger brother, Little Tech.
Oh God, have mercy.
Little tech.
So, as you guys can see from my shirt, I enjoy heavy metal, I enjoy rock and roll, it's my favorite kind of music, but Jesus Christ, he puts those vocalists to shame.
Oh yeah,
That boy lays on his back, and it just dun 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 dun. And I'm just sitting here laying
Didn't
next to
you
him like
say-
this.
it's
Didn't you
about
say you
potent.
told him he couldn't sleep on his back?
We did. The next morning, I'm like, new rule. He's like, what? I'm like, you're not allowed to sleep on your back anymore. It's not happening. He was like, I'll sleep how I want. For the first time ever, both of my parents in sync. Dylan's right, and I'm just like, because wanna know
listen
why?
to your brother.
Wanna know why?
kept
It's like,
everyone
oh
up.
man, it's like I was born at exactly 10 o'clock, and we were awake for it. In fact, my mother got to relive the experience where she couldn't sleep the entire first night I was born all over again because Lord knows we couldn't sleep that night either. We all just sat there listening to the wonderful lyricists of snarling that would make angry, like, junkyard dogs jealous.
Why
They'd be
didn't you just like roll him over? Did you
he
try?
is 5'6" by 4. That boy is bigger than I am.
And he's not even done growing yet.
I could straight, with a running start, throw my shoulder in his sleeping ass, and I'd bounce off.
So you need a forklift or something to push him over.
No more snoring. I get to sleep.
I remember having to share a room with my
got all
sister
kind of
when she
people in
was like
chat
6
tonight.
o'clock at night. And
Yes,
she
I'm still inviting,
was
so I can't really
awful.
see the chat yet.
I'm gonna go talk to chat then.
Hi, Rob. J. Rob. Joe. Whatever.
Evie, hey, Evie's online. Michael.
My favorite person.
I get to owe you $1 now because I thought I
Yes,
did that
you
ahead of
did.
time.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Joseph's on there.
That's
Sloan's
unlucky.
on there.
Hold on. Evie knows for a fact because I'm pretty sure Cage, while they were hanging out, has fallen asleep at one point. She should know the death metal roars that come from that child.
Have you tried squeezing his nose shut? I do that to Tommy sometimes.
Yeah,
when
I do
he's
the
sleeping.
nose and the mouth at the same time.
Well, I just do his nose.
Oh my god.
Wake up!
There's nothing wrong with that. That's perfectly fine.
No, it just wakes him up, and the snoring stops. See, the thing is, then it's like a mini game. I have to fall asleep before he does.
Well, I know he snores because I
Yes.
came home the other day when he's on the chair and you couldn't hear him.
It's just like, God Lord, my boy.
That's when I just started pouring a little water on him. He woke up really quick. Not too happy, but he woke up.
Wake up, boys.
Dylan, I'm dying of laughter here. Listen, I've known my brother for, how old is he? 17 years now.
You'll be 18 this year.
I can legally punch him in the face for sleeping, for snoring. Just
Be careful. He can hit back. He's bigger.
that's not an issue.
Yeah, he's bigger than you.
He's way, and he ain't even done growing yet. That's what the sad thing is.
He's bigger, not bigger. We've had that issue where he's just like, and I'm just like, okay.
All right. So anyway, so what's on the show tonight?
So I'm saying we've been stalling, sitting here just talking shit about people for the last few minutes and enjoying it. I enjoy it. It's a good de-stressor. So today we're talking about the Gray Jedi. We're going to kind of go over them, and then we also want to talk about some Megacon stuff once we're done there, because we are wrapping up our 3-part series. We've already covered the Jedi. We've already covered the Sith. So now we're going to do the Gray. It really bothers me that people listen to the Gray Jedi because they're not Jedi. They're not.
So what are they?
They
They're not.
are,
If they're not a gray Jedi.
well,
if they're not a Jedi world.
much like the dark side of the Force and the light side of the Force, if you mix black paint and white paint, you get gray.
I understand
They're
that,
a
but
gray area.
ultimately everybody, and when it gets down to the essence, is a Jedi.
No.
Well, didn't they have to
Everyone
go through
is-
Jedi training first? To...
Jedi training and Sith training.
Right.
They have to. Or
So
they
they're
have
like
to be
former
trained.
Jedi. They're like how Marines never retire. They're just former Marine. They're former Jedi
I'm sure Caleb's
slash
gonna love
former
that.
Sith.
So they're
Sith.
actually. So
Call them
everybody.
Sith?
Sith.
Sith.
Former Sith.
So if everybody, if you get down to the very end of it, I guess everybody is a Force mover.
Force sensitive, yeah.
Force
They're
sensitive.
a Force user.
And they're
of
either a
some
gray
sort.
Force sensitive, a Jedi Force sensitive, or a Sith Force
That's like- and
sensitive, right?
It honestly completely 100% depends. Depends on the kind of person they are. For example, Revan. Revan's walked both sides. He still aligns with the Sith technically.
So Revan would be the guy that's black and.
He's the Mandalorian
Yeah.
Sith.
I don't have him in here.
Yeah, because he's not a gray. We have you with grays. He's not a gray. He is he's a Sith through and through. He still believes more on the dark side of the Force, though he has learned both, which is kind of
So
unique
he's
for him.
like a Griff. Kind of gray, kind of Sith. Not totally one way or the other. Because doesn't he kind of
Man,
like.
we already had the
now
gray
I'm
area
gray,
established,
and
and now you
I'm
want
the Sith.
you want a gray area of the gray area. Like, no.
Never said I was.
This is not a dial. You can't just sit here and go, I'm feeling
Well,
a
it's
little more
like you
Sith
have
today."
east, north, and west, and then you have east, north, east, and.
The thing is once
East,
you're
north, north.
when you're a gray, it's a switch. It really is
But
like once you're
Revan
there, you're just
hasn't
there.
decided, but he keeps picking. Hi, Tim. He keeps picking, like, oh, now I'm going to be the gray. Oh, never mind, now I'm a Sith. Because I tried to do a little bit of research, because I know jack shit about the Sith. Or the gray, sorry.
That's fine. The thing is a lot of people
They're not
don't-
that important anyway.
Well, it's not the fact that they're not important.
Well, they're interesting,
They're
though.
super important. What the hell's
It's-
wrong with you?
The thing is,
They're not even talked about in the
they're
movies or
not-
anything.
That
they're
doesn't
not
mean
yet.
anything.
Yet
Man, they are on their way.
They better
God,
be.
they're
I mean,
close.
because they're super interesting.
Yeah,
But
There is
doesn't
their-
Riven, like,
there's their creed.
Revan flip-flop?
yeah. It's great. There's no light, there's no dark, there's only the Force. I will do what I must to keep the balance. I'll go to that in a second. There is no good without evil. Evil must not be allowed to flourish. There's a passion yet peace. There's serenity yet emotion. Chaos yet order. I'm the wielder of the flame, the protector of balance. I'm holder of the torch, lighting the way. I am the keeper of the flame, soldier of balance. I'm guardian of the balance. I'm a gray Jedi. So the thing about that,
Says Jedi.
I explained that one earlier. Why that's wrong. It's not a Jedi thing. It's just a gray. You are listed as a gray. That really is really bothersome. Because at that point, someone can go, well, I'm a gray Sith then, and I would be correct to say so. That's why I'm saying no. To remove both those names, you are just a gray. You are just a
Right.
Force user.
So it's like a different religious sect. It's like you have, because Jedi is religion.
Yeah, so think this way.
Jedi would be Buddhist.
Jedi, no, actually, Jedi is really, really simple. Jedi would be like Christianity, and then Sith would be Satanism. Satanism in the sense of it's just all self-growth. It is you are to flourish, your body. Christianity is no, you put forth your effort. Neither one of them are balanced. The middle, ironically, would be agnostic, where it's just, I don't need it. There's just the Force. Just be a good person, damn it. It's not hard.
Just do what you want.
You don't have to have a book telling you what to do. You can just do it.
Yeah.
Which is a fantastic way to live for the Gray.
God, I don't want him to be like Nike, though.
So you don't just. I'm going to ignore that and just continue over. We're going to walk
Okay, so
right over that
here,
one.
okay, so.
So
no,
I was saying,
no,
there's
hold
someone
on,
in the
hold
chat.
on.
No, there's someone in the
No,
chat trying to answer.
Okay, go ahead. Answer that. Her and come back to me.
Oh God, where were they? Joseph, Varric. Yeah, we'll go into Ahsoka in a second because I do want to touch on her. The balance part.
You want to touch her?
Go in. Explain.
To go into her.
Dude, that's not. We don't shoot those kind of shows here.
Ahsoka's pretty fine
For
for an alien.
Yeah.
Mostly human. Her hair is just a big tentacle. So,
So we're going to get to her. So,
Tentacle
okay,
porn.
so knowing everybody on the show that we have, so we have the four of us that are here,
yeah.
and we have Eddie. I mean, Ego's not here tonight because he has got special duty tomorrow, I think it is. So he's getting rest, right?
Sure.
What do you think? Where would you think each one of us would?
Sith, Jedi. You're probably the only Jedi in the room.
I wouldn't be a Gray.
I think I would be a Gray.
So you think I'd be a Jedi?
Self-flourish uses emotions. Self-flourish uses their emotions. Definitely self-fears loses emotions. You disconnect when it comes to making decisions.
Me?
Yes, you.
So I just kill people.
No, you disconnect. You don't. Though you do let your emotions into. I can't say you're a Jedi either because you're not a Jedi.
No, I'm a Gray.
You're so beyond not a Jedi.
I'm a Gray. Because I'll pull from the dark side when I need to, but I won't live there.
The weird thing about Sith and Jedis that I kind of begin to make the correlation is Jedis are freaking sociopaths. Jesus Christ, they're creepy.
Zuli's online.
They're just like. But the thing is, when reading what both Sith and Jedi are, I'm 100% a Sith because I believe in self-growth and I believe in pushing myself to my limits and not letting anything stop me. Unfortunately, the Jedi are like, nah, it's your limit. Congratulations.
There you go, you made it.
Jackass. And it really bothers
Gold
me.
star.
The thing I wanted to point out about the balance is the Greys have the proper idea of balance. In the universe, there is dark and light, and you balance it out.
Master Roshi loves balance.
Evie
Jedi,
said she would be a Sith, by the way.
Balance. Get it? Balance.
that's fair.
Are you watching the TV screen? Balance. Balance. We love balance. Master Roshi love balance. Hold on. Maybe this will be better for you. Balance.
Oh, I thought you were cupping something else a little lower.
I thought so too.
Well, I'd have to do this for one.
Right.
Anyway.
So yes, so Yoda makes the statement a few times where he's just like, oh, he balanced in the Force. Okay, that's the problem though, is Yoda never knew what balance was. He knew balance inside the light, and he's just like, aha, I'm pushing forth the light so much more. Well, you've knocked evil out of balance. As it says, there cannot be good without evil. There has to be a necessary balance. Now, it doesn't mean you let evil flourish and become a massive entity, because then it's out of balance again. You have to. It's the good's job to keep evil there, but in check.
Right.
There has to be a positive without negative, otherwise, or there has to be positive with negative. You can't have both, otherwise.
Oh, look at all the
Siths
Siths we have. Holy crap.
That's just because Sith are.
People are Sith. Holy
Sith are better.
Hey, so all the people watching
so
right
much
now,
more fun.
go tell all your friends. And if you've got a Twitch and you've not followed us on Twitch, we're live on Twitch now. We're trying to build our Twitch channel up. Make sure they ask people, go to Twitch. We_beam_TV and follow us.
So
Please.
So we have the question. I can kind of finally go into some of the more popular Greys. The biggest one I'm going to go ahead and throw out there is Ahsoka. Ahsoka is the apprentice of Anakin during the Clone Wars. It wasn't in the movies, it was in the show, but the show is now considered canon because of Disney's buying of properties. Ahsoka makes...
So the show is part of canon? What show? Clone Wars?
The Clone Wars,
Clone
that
Wars.
Okay.
one. That's Ahsoka.
So that's part of
That's
canon.
when she was really young, though.
now.
Yeah, that's part of the canon.
It's all confusing now. What's
So
canon?
why
what's
has
not canon.
Disney choked us down?
Right, like, and why are they picking and choosing some stuff?
Because Mickey's evil.
No, it's not that.
Mickey
They're,
is a Sith.
they're trying to pick things that they know will sell. So the thing
Okay.
is as of right now, there are not a lot of powerful female Jedis. There's just not. There's a few.
Oh, look what Mark Muncy said. That's pretty damn funny.
Twitch is the balance to YouTube. Which is the Jedi and the Sith? YouTube is Jedi. Twitch is the Sith, and there is no good middle ground between them yet. Sith lets things run a little too wild and doesn't regulate too much. YouTube regulates way too freaking much.
Yes, Zuli, you would be a Jedi.
For example, if I were to drop an F-bomb right now, YouTube would slap us with a, okay, fine, but you're now restricted monetization. I'm like, eh. Yet Twitch is just sitting here like, what's that? A bikini cosplayer is playing a video game where she's 90% of the screen and the game is just the bottom left corner?
Good.
Sounds good to me. And I'm like,
That's good. with
damn
them.
it. That's not what we're here for. It's.
Well,
I don't care if she has 400 people. There's other streaming sites for
I
that.
think Lexi Confetti needs to come back and start playing games.
God, I haven't played video games in forever.
Me
I
neither.
played
Our
video games till this
PlayStations
morning.
suck.
Jedi,
PS3s.
Jedi. Yeah, so spoke with them the fight first day.
I am a gray. See, gray. Gray.
And I have gray now too, so hey, I'm a gray too.
You go, girl. Yeah. We're the grays.
I'm just going to sit here and sit on the Sith.
Eddie,
The Sith is just
I think Eddie.
significantly
I think
better.
our ego, our Eddie is a. He would be a gray.
No, he'd be a Jedi.
I don't know. I think if he needs to get nasty, he can get nasty.
There's nothing
Jedis
saying,
get nasty too.
There's
No,
nothing
they
saying it.
Think of what Eddie does for a living. He's a Jedi.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is law and order, which is
Yeah.
what the Jedi live
Yeah,
by,
I
is
guess
law and
so.
order. The Sith don't. The Sith are just like, that rule doesn't apply to me.
Screw your rules. I do what I want.
Famous last words. Rest
Yeah.
in peace, all those kids that were in the Jedi Temple.
Just because you're on live PD doesn't make you famous.
I
Well.
love that somebody put that on that freaking building.
They did, didn't they? I'm like, holy crap, that's great.
Right next to
Well,
the Welcome to Newport Richie sign.
They did it. They did an arrest right there
Oh, did they?
in that parking lot. In that,
That's
in that in
funny.
front of that
I'm
guy.
not
So he goes,
surprised.
yeah, just make it. Just because you're on live PD, it doesn't make you famous.
That's awesome.
Darth Penguinus. Yeah.
I've
Yes.
talked to people in other states that know of Newport Richie because of Live PD.
Yeah, me too. It's so sad.
Oh, that's
It's
awful. That's
unbelievable.
not what we should
So
be
okay,
known
so
for.
Dylan.
Literally, my friends.
So
in
here
California.
is a here's a.
I was on Facebook the other day. Shut up.
Why?
What was that, Boss Tech?
I'm going to give you another one to put to another gray.
Are you gonna put one of the three that I don't know that you have?
Probably.
Because I know there's
That
some
guy
of them in this
behind you.
concept. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know his name. I know where he's from though.
Jolie Bindi.
Yeah, so
Binda.
he is from the comic, and I believe he also made a guest appearance in either Clone Wars or Rebels. It was one of the TV shows he made an appearance.
He looks like he's about to cry. Or
He
maybe
he
is
lost. Well, he
constipated.
was a Jedi to begin with, and he lost faith in the ways of the Jedi because he didn't think they were right.
That's how a lot of the Greys, that's
Right.
how a lot of the Greys and a lot of the Sith work. The Sith are normally, they've moved from the Jedi. Normally, no one's trained.
And
direct
here's
as a
one that
Sith.
I don't think people know, but there you go. Behind you.
Oh. We're getting into the ones we have to discuss. Cool.
Okay,
I like
cool.
that.
Well, I have a question before we get to that. So,
Yeah. Sure.
if there can only be 2 Sith at any time, then how can the Greys actually be Greys? Like,
No.
how do they go? So you just said that the Sith isn't
can
actually
only be-
training. Sith is just not Jedi, basically, like Force trained,
there's
not Jedi.
There's Force training for Sith. They don't train in massive groups though. So the Jedi,
but
when
they only have 2.
they don't train in massive groups. They choose one person.
So
And
then how are
a
there
master
ever
takes
Greys?
in one person.
So then they take in one person, and then this person is like, screw you, I kind of like the
there-
middle ground, and then they have to pick somebody else?
There are multiple Siths all at once, multiple Sith masters. A lot of them, though, as I point out a few times in the past, Sith aren't inherently evil. A lot of them just don't
Right.
give a shit. They're like,
Right, they just
"Whatever,
don't
like, it's not my
agree with
problem."
the super, I have no emotion.
Jedi
about-
will mass train children to become
Right.
Jedis. The Sith don't believe in that. They're like, it's a one-on-one, and the child
Right.
is raised with me.
I didn't realize they had multiple Jedi masters. I thought there was period, end of story, one master and one apprentice.
No, that's how Sith work. Sith is one,
Right, well, that's
one
what I'm
master,
saying.
one apprentice.
So then
Jedi, for example, Yoda will teach like 30 kids in a room, like, all right, you little shits.
Right, well,
Put
then
on your
how-
helmets, and we're going to start visualizing stars here in a second. We're going to have some fun. As he's sitting here, like, making his his cane float in the air, doing spinning tricks for the girl down the hall, like, yeah.
But when the kids get older, don't they go to one Jedi each?
They go to one Jedi for training purposes, for field training purposes. So they're trained all throughout their life as their saber skills. Everything. They don't leave the temple when they're children.
You know,
until they're like 18.
Rick joined us from 13X Studio, and Mark joined us from Studio. Why don't we take a break of this and let's play 2 interviews that we did at.
Sure, let's go ahead and do that.
You want to do that? So the first one we're going to play is Mr. Rick.
Confused though, if they can only have 2 Jedi.
Hey Nerdites, we're at Megacon Tampa, and I'm back with Rick from 13X Studios. How you doing?
I am doing wonderful right now.
So tell me about some of the new masks that you've been making since we last saw you at Megacon Orlando.
So, yeah, I made a lot of new styles. Trying to do a lot of pop culture, of course, for the Megacons. And, of course, like Spooky Empire, and I have a lot of horror conventions coming. I'm trying to do all the horror ones. So, trying to mix it up. I'm doing the Fortnite games and the masks. And,
Fortnite's a huge game right now.
yeah, I know nothing about it, but I have to stay on top of everything. So, I know all the kids are loving it, so they're good sellers. So,
And I also see Venom, and that's going to be a good movie, hopefully, coming up.
Yes. Venom's one of my main sellers right now. It's hot. So, like I said, in this business, you just got to stay on top of what's hot. And so I just kind of go through everything online and see what's going on and see if I can make a mask, and that's how I go with it. So
I know Spooky Empire is a big convention coming up for you in October, the end of October, out in Orlando. So what do you have planned for that one?
Spooky Empire, 2 years ago, I've been going to Spooky Empire for almost 11 years, or about 10 years. And I've been set up for 2 years as I've been business. This November is 2 years total. So Spooky Empire has basically, the first time I ever set up, I decided, after I was done with the convention, I decided to do this full time. So it's a big part of me and all my friends. It's one of the best conventions in the world, hands down. And so what I'm doing this year is I want to give back a little bit. So I'm going to do trivia on Saturday at 3:30, and it's $5 donation, and it's all the money's going to Give Kids the World. So you come on in. It's going to be a sit-down classroom style trivia, and it's 25 questions in 30 minutes, and pretty much, like I said, just try to get back to the kids and stuff for Orlando. So.
Do you have any special masks you're going to premiere for that event?
I know, like, one of the prizes, Pee Wee Herman signed a mask. Like I'm getting a lot of, like, Kane Hodder signed some stuff for me. Jason Mewes signed some stuff for me. So I'm trying to get, like, some prizes to the winners, and also we're going to do, like, a raffle, and just, like, one winner gets everything. And I'm going to have all my favorite artists donate stuff. So, hopefully we'll raise some money for them. So that's what I'm trying to do.
That's awesome. Kane Hodder is actually a really nice guy. Very intimidating when you see him because how big he is. I know when I met him, I went and go meet him, got the photo, and he wrapped his hands around my neck, picked me a foot off the ground, was literally choking me for the photo. But he was so kind.
I met Kane almost 15 years ago. I've been friends with him, so every time he usually comes to Spooky, we just have, like, a drunk fest for 3 straight nights. And I used to play poker for a living, and I basically, I kind of gave him some poker tips because he wanted to start doing poker a little bit more. And I know he went out to the World Series this year, so I kind of helped him with some different things. So he's a great guy, really cool guy.
So what new mask have you, besides these two, have you done so far?
Any of the new ones I've been doing, I'm just trying to think. I did, like, a Little Shop of Horrors. I created a character called One-Eyed Jack. It's a whole bunch of different colors with them, and I'm using the eyeballs and stuff. So I kind of added a little bit of flair to the mask, and I did all the Rob Zombie lines. And I'm just in and out. Like, in the past, probably, I don't know, when Megacon was May. So, what are we, 5-6 months back? I just go through so many masks. I don't even know. My mind is just boggling.
Well, I know you go through a lot of Kevin Smith masks because you ship them out to him out in the shop.
Yeah, Kevin's masks are sold out of the secret stash exclusively, and Kevin signs every mask, I sign the back, and we've sold out 9 times already, and they usually get 50 at a time from me, so it's really cool. I have a really good gig with them right now, so.
That's
I have
awesome.
another cool story though.
Okay.
So this is my cool story. So at SuperCon, Mike Coulter, who plays Luke Cage, I made a mask for him, and I said I went up. I wanted to get it signed. I usually try to take one celebrity and make a mask so I could hang them on my wall and stuff at my home. And I went up to Mike Coulter and I was like, "Hey, would you sign this for me?" And he loved it so much, I ended up just giving it to him. So he said, "I'll put it on Twitter and stuff." And I'm like, "Oh, cool." So a week later, he did a 1-minute video to a Wu-Tang. So I'm the biggest Wu-Tang fan in the world, and he like just rocked out with my mask on. It was like the coolest thing. So
That is pretty
you can
awesome.
go to Mike Coulter's Instagram and see it. Just search down, you'll see him with the mask on. So pretty cool.
All right, Rick. Thank you again. It's been great
guys.
seeing you again.
Appreciate it.
Hopefully, we'll see you at Spooky Empire this year.
100%. Thank you very much, guys.
All right, Nerdites, back to the studio. Thank you.
Hey there, Nerdites. It's Sid here from Nerd Talk. I'm here with a Mr. Mark Muncie from Erie, Florida.
Ta-da.
How you enjoying the con today, Mark?
Oh, man, it's been crazy. It's been a lot of fun. We've had a great crowd, some amazing cosplays. I love the obscure guys. I love the awesome guys. It's always fun. So,
All right, I want to hear your story now.
oh,
I
yes,
gotta hear it.
yes. So my highlight of the day was Ali Hillis, who does the voice of Liara from Mass Effect. She's down there and she was setting up her booth, and they ran out of tape. And I'm like 3 people back in line. I'm like, wait a minute. I have tape at my booth. And I ran back, got tape, and then I came back to her, and she was so happy. And I'm like, hey, I just did a fetch quest for you. That means I get more influence with you, right? So you can be on my team in Mass Effect 3. She's like, yes. And I said, well, my daughter and I both romanced you, so now you like me more, right? And she's like, oh, of course. And I said, well, cool. Can you record something? So she recorded a voicemail from my daughter that said, hello, Callie. This is Liara Tassoni. Though we had a wonderful time together, I like your father better. Yes, parenting done right.
Done. Easy peasy. All right, Mark, so let me know. Do you guys have anything up and coming that I need to know about? Or
Right now, we just signed, Freaky Florida just came out last Monday, and Erie's been out for a year. That's the lovely Carrie, my talented illustrator, and then Elizabeth Abbott, my wonderful co-author on 31 Tales of Hellview and Tales of Terror from Tampa Bay, my first couple books that were based on the haunted house. And so we've been doing those. But we're going to be doing a lot of signings locally. If you go to erieflorida.com, you'll see all of our travel schedule. We're doing some Costco's and Lutz and Tampa and a couple other places, Barnes & Noble's, Books A Millions. You can find us anywhere. And then the third book is on the way. It's going to be all ghosts. We just signed the contract. It'll be out next September. So,
do we have a name for that one? Are we allowed to know the name?
Right now we're spooking it up. We're figuring it out. So.
Figuring out a good name. Well, you already answered my next question. I was going to ask where can they buy all these lovely books, but you just went ahead and took care of that for
That's
me.
what I do, man. It's all about the spiel. It's all
Hey,
about the spiel.
you're so used to us by now at this point. It's just second nature.
I'm sorry I hijacked the chat thread every chat show to pitch my books, but for the audience, that's me. That's me. That's the one that does that.
You had these jackasses all want to go film at midnight at like some graveyard shit.
We're going to Anclote Cemetery at midnight. I will talk to the caretaker there. He's a good friend from one caretaker to another, and I will get us out there. We'll have a blast.
Absolutely not. Because here's the thing: not only will all of you die, but you're like, oh, you're just safe in the studio. No, that's where like I cut to me and go, well, the broadcast has been cut. I don't know what's going on here, and then that's when the killer's behind me.
Cheating.
Yeah, then I die, and then it's just like dead. Then it just goes dead
I
broadcast.
do realize one thing: we forgot to ask Robert's permission before filming this. So hopefully,
I'm not dealing with it. Nope. I don't fucking do ghosts. I'm scared of ghosts. I'll admit it. I don't do ghosts. I almost made you leave that out on the street. That was awful.
we just apologize. Sorry, Robert. We're so sorry.
Don't hurt me.
Yeah, there you go. That works. Treat him with respect.
Hell no. Absolutely
Thank
not.
you all so much.
I want to say, Mark, I want to thank
Pleasure.
you so much for
We'll see
having this.
y'all, and have fun. Enjoy the rest of the con. This is crazy.
Absolutely.
Go see Sean Pertwee, and it's like the son of John Pertwee and other fun stuff. So, all right, and we'll be lurking for you soon.
That'll be it for this one. We'll see you guys back in the studio. I was just like, yeah, no, we're gone. I was there for like 5
Sorry, Julie.
seconds.
I forgot to put the audio back on, so no one heard anything you said. All they were seeing is this.
Allow me to reiterate. Happened only once before. Stingray touch foot, brain correlated. Fuck that. Up over to the boat, ran on top of the water like Jesus. This time, I ran so fast. I ran 100 meters in 0.2 seconds. I just basically teleported, like just gone.
So Mark and I were talking about we're gonna do a spooky show.
The hell we're not.
But we're only gonna do it. We can't start till after January because he is like super busy. So yeah, we're gonna be on the talks and then we'll be doing all stuff. Dylan will just have to
Be absent that episode.
Absent. Oh, that's not an episode. That's actually going to be
The
a
whole
new show.
show.
A new show series.
I'm gonna go to a lightning game or something, and then I'm gonna come back and find out everyone's dead, and I'll go, well, I'm not attending any of your future funerals. I'm just gonna send a letter that said,
Okay,
told y'all.
So two of the masks that are on the table are from Rick.
Yes.
One is the Rick Grimes, which actually is signed by Cecil Grimes from the cosplay. We actually have, if we have time, we'll get to that one, and I've also got 2 other interviews as well. So, and then the other one is he gave it as a gift to the studio. That is going to make it on the wall, and we have now decided on the Nerd Talk wall that we are going to make just one of the walls all masks because we have tons of masks. And matter of fact. The video we'll do next week, the middle is a Sith pilot helmet.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Super cool.
That guy was
Guy was awesome. And he donated
so
that
many
to
cool
the
masks.
set. So that is so. And
That's
he signed
so
it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like on the
See
side.
that?
I don't want to like
That's so cool.
touch it. And
Right?
Okay, let's get back. So
I wore it earlier, so
Dylan,
I won't hurt it.
the young man behind us on the screen, which is this guy. You said that there is a discussion to have about this.
yeah, him and the one over, the one next to it too. But we'll get to him in a second. So Qui-Gon was known. Qui-Gon was known as like a rebel.
Mark thought you would still be running away. Sorry.
Well, yeah,
Bunny trails real quick.
For people who don't know, we're based out of like the Port Richey Hudson area. What you don't, it's about 2 hours from Orlando where that was, or about an hour from Orlando where it was held. I ran the entire way back. Just
You mean Tampa, not Orlando.
Yeah, no, I fixed myself. I corrected it. I said Tampa afterwards. Yeah, no, I just ran the entire way back. My calves feel amazing. Made of steel, really.
Yeah, I was back to Qui.
Buildings are that.
Qui-Gon.
So Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon was known as like he was a rebelling leader he was a rebelling master. He often went against what the council said. For example, the council's like, okay,
You can't train Anakin.
I'll say, he's like, fix the engine yourself, don't buy one, and don't bring the kid back. There we go. What happened? He went and gambled, bought the engine anyway, and then brought the kid back. And they're just like, do you listen to anything we said? And he's like, no.
No.
Negotiations. He was sent in the very beginning of the movie. He was sent on that thing, on that ship to make negotiations. If things got violent, he was told to leave. What did he do? He went and cut them down. It's like, we told you no. We specifically put your permission slip said no killing, and you just went, yeah, but I fixed the problem. It's just like you cut the problem's arm off. That's not fixing the problem. You just pissed the problem off. So Qui-Gon was definitely considered more of a gray because he's just like, I'm doing what I feel is right.
Yeah, because he bucked him a lot.
Yeah, he did. So that's why people were like, hey, he can be considered grayish, which I agree with. I do agree with this one. The next one, I don't though.
Who is it?
It's Mace Windu.
Yeah.
So the reason why people think he got is because of his special lightsaber. Is because he trained and then was converted to the dark side for a short time. He began to fight with emotion more than he did with the cold, I don't need it, blah 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 that the Jedi have. He then learned the error of his ways and came back. The reason why he's not a gray is because he did come back to the Jedi and he stayed a Jedi.
He chose no emotion, Robo Jedi.
When he goes and fights the Chancellor, not that image. but we don't have an image of that. When he went and fought the Chancellor, he didn't fight him out of emotion. He fought him because the Council found him necessary. And he starts off with going, I'm not here to kill you, I'm here to detain you. It wasn't until Anakin came back in where he's like, I've made a mistake. I need to kill him. And by then it was too late. Anakin's all just like, you don't have an arm, and you don't have an arm, and you don't have an arm.
That's funny what Mark put on there.
Was so mad they wanted to know who Darth Maul was in us.
Oh no, he's the only lightsaber that said "bad mother" on it.
Yeah.
It's not on here yet.
He had, I didn't get that one yet. So,
Sorry.
That is super cool, though.
yeah, no, it's his lightsaber in what is it? It's in a specific alien language.
It's a Jedi. I mean, it's the Star Wars language, isn't it? The main one.
Yeah, I don't have no idea.
Star
I didn't know
Wars-
there was a
the
language.
Star
Yeah,
Wars
there's.
language.
I forgot what it's
Because they're all
called.
damn aliens.
The Star
From all over
Wars
the galaxy.
language. You do know how many languages were introduced in literally just the fourth movie,
All
right? Like
Hold on.
it was. You had the guy in the bar with the donuts for mouths that was like, and the guy's like,
Arabesh is
he
what it's
doesn't
called.
like you. I don't like you either.
Urabesh, Aurebesh. That's what it is.
Point being is his lightsaber is inscribed with his motherfucker saying, which is great. So Samuel L. Jackson did a fantastic job as Mace Windu. Everyone loved him as Mace Windu. It's a damn shame that someone decided you don't get an arm anymore before getting thrown out a freaking window. To be fair, we've seen Jedi fall from super high heights before and land miraculously. He could still be alive, but
He's dead.
they're just gonna mark that they're dead. On the way down, he's like getting ready to land, and then like the interstellar bus just, and he's just like, well, I was
and
ready to land.
even if
I
they were-
wasn't ready for a bus.
even if they were gonna bring him back, I don't feel like he quite fits Disney's image. Much.
No, he
So what you're
doesn't.
saying is Disney removed him. Disney's
Even
just like,
if
Disney
they were
killed him off
going
officially.
to bring him back, I feel like Disney would be like,
Okay, so here's the next one that's really questionable.
no, it's not a gray. He's dead, not a gray.
You don't
Dead,
think he
not
ever
a
went
gray.
gray?
No,
He's too weak.
no, because he was
Really?
too scared of his
he became a wuss.
nephew.
He was so violently afraid of the dark side that he avoided it with a passion. He
All right,
got
okay,
close.
then-
Just like super
So-
bonkers.
Someone on Twitch, real quick, Buckshot mentioned, I was wondering if there was any references to Yoda's sex. Is he a male?
Yeah, he's a male.
yeah.
Because
there's a
we have
Because he
female
has a
Yoda.
female, Yaddle.
Yeah, Yaddle,
Yaddle.
which is just the same.
Yoda with a wig.
It's the puppet with the wig.
Okay, so in the controversy of the Greys online, here's, to me, I can understand where they're going with this, but I want to hear your guys' opinion.
With him?
Anakin, yeah. So
Because once he
Anakin
turns
walks
into
both
Vader,
sides.
in the very end, kind of pushes more towards a Grey than he is a...
I wouldn't call him a gray.
No,
I
killing.
feel like it has to be a lifestyle change to
Killing
become a
all the
Grey.
children?
Yeah, he
definitely
he,
does
he didn't
not.
have enough
No,
life
listen,
afterwards to have
that's
a
not what
lifestyle.
they
Exactly,
said.
that's
Listen,
what I
look,
mean.
look, it's not until he becomes Vader, and it's in the last days of him being Vader that he sees that there's still because even Luke feels the good in him, and he's starting to kind of change.
A lot of Sith still have good in them. That was the problem with that. Is that explanation of, I still feel the good in him. Well, here's the thing: Sith are inherently evil. So
They're
of
just
course you're gonna
passionate.
feel good. Yes, they're passionate towards what they do. Revan went and goes down and hunts down other bounty hunters and kills them before they kill really important people. So it's just like, yeah, you could argue that Revan's a pseudo good guy. Starkiller, who's a Sith, he went and hunted down people who killed his mother, and then went and started saving other people from slavery. It's like, yeah, did a good thing. Did it in a really shitty way though, where they're massively cutting people down. So yeah, you can still argue he's still a good guy. Vader could have done nice things, because the thing is there's also the really, I know we wanted to touch on the Empire, so I guess I'll just mention it now. The Empire wasn't necessarily evil. They were a government. It wasn't a solid government, I'm guessing, because we don't get to know the politics of what they're doing. All we know is there was enough for a rebel force to rise up against them and attack them.
Right. So is it a perspective thing?
Yeah, it's 100% a perspective thing. So the thing is like, because they're like, what's the Empire doing that's so bad? Like, they're raising taxes. It's like, so does that mean that like half the universe is sitting here going, raising taxes actually gives more money to the government and allows us to function better? I don't see the problem with this. And then the other half is just like, taxation is theft.
Hey, I want you guys to know that we have a very famous person watching us right now.
Do we?
Her name is Corey Dillon. And Corey, I know from iHeart. And she was on with Jack and Ted Webb in the morning. But then she left, and then now she does television. And TMZ has had her on several times, as well as, I think it's Channel 10 that does a morning show with her. Very beautiful lady, very nice lady, beautiful voice. Thank you, Corey, she says our production looks good.
Cool. Thank you.
I am.
Well, yeah, I'm up here. Of course it looks good.
Okay, Corey, that's my son. Of course he's going to have that kind of attitude. So, Dylan, do you remember who this guy is?
No, actually, I don't. So the problem with that.
His name is Corian Voss.
Yeah. So I knew his last. I know him as Boss. I don't know him as Corian. So that's new to me.
Isn't Voss the name of a?
I think he was in the last Star Wars game.
Yeah.
That was the role-playing one on a PC.
That's okay. That's what. So see, my question is they pull these people from comics and the
Video
games, right? Oh, and so actually in some of the animated series that's on, and so I don't know who these people are, but I mean he was a Sith, so he went Sith and then he came back to be Gray.
Do all Sith start out as Jedi or no? Probably not, right?
Yeah, Dylan knows that more than I do.
No, some Sith are just Sith because they're
go straight
trained
into
early
being
on. Yeah,
bananas.
Starkiller is one of them. He started off as a kid. Starkiller was found at a very young age. His father was a Jedi, so they assumed that the Jedi had found him because he sensed the Force in him, but he was too young to train him.
Right.
Nihilus, though we don't know much of his backstory, was just evil to the core right at the beginning. There was no hesitation. He just grew up evil. Revan was the same way, started off as a Sith. So a handful of people really just started right off as a Sith. Okay. There was no need for the Jedi Order to be even involved. They saw it, they saw the passion, they're like, that's what I want to be, and that's what they were.
Were there any that started out as Sith and then decided to be Jedi?
I'm sure it's a handful.
Probably,
a
couple.
I'm 100% sure there's a handful. The thing is because people have always converted back and forth. Mm-hmm. It's super common. There have been people who went through the entire training and still ended up as a Sith. They're just like, I went through a Jedi training. They're like, still a Sith at heart. Like, thanks, which was Dooku. Dooku's just like, haha, or Darth Tyrannus, I should say. Because I know me and Slink both hate when people call him Dooku. It's just like, Dooku. Count Dookie.
Count Dookie.
I don't know, he's Tyrannus.
So he was misleading the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's basically, everything they taught him, he rejected immediately. They're like, you must let go of emotion. He just went, okay, but teacher, but how about no?
How about
And
no?
they just kind of went, why are you here?
Okay.
Did he start as a kid?
Yeah. There's another, all Jedi start as kids. They're always grabbed young. Like, the oldest one that they brought in was Luke.
Okay.
They're like, Luke, you're like 18. I can't teach you. You're legal.
We can't touch you.
So we've got about 10, 15,
His age is on the clock.
We got about 13 minutes left. You want to do another video?
Sure, we can do another video.
Okay, so we've got two to choose from. We can either do Cecil or we can do Kristen Huey.
Cecil.
All right.
Because we have his signature here.
All right, that's a 4-minute video, so we're going to play it right now.
Hey everybody, Boss Tech here with our favorite cosplayer, Cecil Grimes. Hey buddy, how's it going? How's it been going?
Oh, it's been going incredible. It's been an incredible run so far.
I tell you what, I follow you on social media, and he's one of my favorites. I know that for much. But dude, you are everywhere. I mean, I remember when you guys first started, and it was like a little pop here and there, but dude, you are massive.
Yeah, well, it's been it's been an honor to be featured at all these shows across the U.S. and now I'm overseas, which is just a whole nother experience in itself. And yeah, it's been a good run for 3.5 years so far.
Yeah, I mean, so let me ask you this: is the European market ramping up like the United States market?
It's actually, I find it to be even more a hotter market for this right now over there. They are so into The Walking Dead, especially like Germany and South America. I mean, every country has contacted me saying, we have a con, we'd like to talk about having you over here. And when you go over there, those people are passionate. They're violently passionate about the show, and it's amazing to see that something like this has that much of a response over there.
When you're out in public, do people stop you going, "Are you?"
Yes, yeah. So when I'm out in public, I'm usually wearing Andrew Lincoln's hats. So they kind of got the resemblance, but when I have the beaver or the grizzly hat on, it's got to be him. So they don't even bother asking, "Can I get a picture?" And oh my God, that's what those expressions, and I hand them, a Cecil Grimes cosplay business card and say, "No, I'm the other guy," and they still take a picture and they're excited about it. So it's amazing.
Well, a lot of people, I'm telling you, the pictures we have of you in the studio, they can't tell you apart. And people go, "Is that really?" I'm like, "Yep, that's him. That's Cecil."
Awesome. That's incredible. It's like I said, it's been a blessing to be able to do this.
So what's now? You just did a short, if I'm not correct, a movie.
Yeah.
Over the past 6 months?
Yeah, well, the Road to Sanctuary started back in 2016. We did a few episodes of that, and then had a change of staffing, and so a new group, a producer and a director, picked it up, and they want to redo it and do it, full length. So we're working on that at the end of this year.
That is absolutely awesome. So, okay, so are you getting ready to go? Where are you headed to next? Because we were going to come over and see you in the homeland, but I'm not going to tell you where he lives. But you are getting ready to leave for a little while.
Yeah, I'm working on a appearance in Albuquerque, New Mexico, then Manchester, England for The Love of Horror, and then Walker Stalker, Atlanta. That's October for me. And I'm doing a live feed it's a tribute to Andrew Lincoln. Guy organized it where we have an hour of all the cosplayers across the U.S. and I'll be doing a live feed on Instagram for sending off Andrew and his supposed departure from the show.
He will be missed, but in every show, everybody's got to move on eventually. Yeah. So let me ask you this: so what do you think about Fear the Walking Dead?
Well, I watched a couple episodes, didn't get hooked. And then I caught one the other day, because I'm trying to get back into it. And it's like, you know what? You keep on comparing it to the original, and it's hard to buy into it. Now, if the original gets to where I'm not enjoying it, I think I'll give Fear another chance anyway. I'll go through and try to binge watch and see if I can get that bug. But I see everything kind of morph into the Fear of the Walking Dead. It seems like the Walking Dead itself is a little bit depleting its cast. And they're amping it up in Fear the Walking Dead. So, I think it's a natural evolution to the other show.
I'll always be a Walking Dead fan.
Right.
Always. That when I got hooked on that, I'm like, they're not going to change my mind on it. I've watched the Fear. I follow it just so I know, especially with the crossover.
Oh, yeah.
That was a big deal.
Yeah.
So what's any new sets coming?
Yeah, I've got Walker Stalker Atlanta coming up, and I'm trying to put together another set because I've had the prison, I've out of Alexandria, I've got the burnt out Alexandria, and then I'm working on another one. I haven't decided if I'm going to go in one direction or another, but yeah, I do have another set, and that'll carry me into next year.
That is so awesome. All right, guys, well, this has been Boss Tech with Cecil Grimes, the man.
Thank you.
You're welcome, brother.
It's always a pleasure.
We'll see you guys back in the studio.
Hi.
Happy Halloween, everybody. Hi. What the hell? You immediately messed yours up. Congrats, by the way. This is what happens when you leave the table at 17 seconds trying to pull a mask off something and then have issues pulling the mask off.
There we go.
It's very simple.
We're
Just a
Rick
mask.
Max night, except for Bob.
Y'all ready
Tech.
for a Rick-tatorship?
Dictatorship.
Does he really say that on the show?
No, but he says it's time for a dictatorship at one point, and people want, you mean a dictatorship? Because puns aren't funny.
His puns are great.
Puns are stupid.
I came up with my own pun the other day.
Uh-oh.
Are you ready for this? Oh, this is really awful. I don't like this.
Depends. Is it going to make me want to walk off the set?
Oh, she's not
I don't
going.
know.
Her small Leia buns are getting in the way.
They are.
Or Cinnabons.
So, you know how if somebody has their whole arm tattooed, it's called a sleeve?
Yes.
What if they have their whole leg tattooed?
It's called a boot.
Or a leg sleeve? Or a pant alone?
Oh,
Oh my God. I think we just leave. We just leave. We're done.
Thanks for watching,
you
everybody.
breaking
We're
things.
just all
done.
by ourselves.
I won't do it. I won't do it.
She can finish the show now.
I don't need it. It's not.
Oh, come on. It wasn't that bad.
All right,
No,
get
it
back
was,
on set.
it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. Hey, guess what? They may be a pant alone, but now you're alone on the set. See ya.
Not
Bye.
anymore.
Sad.
Have fun.
Mike
Said
came
it too
back.
late.
It's just my
Yeah.
story.
So, you guys want to hear a funny Superman joke?
No.
Yes.
Okay, so guy walks into a high-rise building. He's got a bar on the top floor, right? And
Chicks with masks.
guy walks in and sits down and says, "I'll have a bourbon on the rocks," right? And then he looks over and there's this guy sitting there. He's all kind of just chilling out. And the guy goes to the bartender, "Give me my usual." The bartender gives him the usual. That's a shot, right? And so the guy takes a shot and went, "Oh yeah!" And walks up, gets up, walks over to the window, opens the windows up, and jumps out the window and flies around the building twice and comes back in. He goes, "Wow, that was a good shot." And the guy goes, "What the hell?" And then the guy goes, "You know what? Give me another shot." So the guy gives, the bartender gives another shot. Guy drinks it, goes, "Yeah." He walks over, opens the window again, jumps out, flies around the building twice, and jumps back in and sits back down. The guy is looking at all this going, "Okay, I want a shot of whatever he's having." And the bartender goes, "Are you sure?" He goes, "Whatever that dude is drinking, I want that shot." So the bartender, okay, gives him the shot. He drinks it, goes, "Wow, that is good." Walks over, opens the window, jumps out there, and falls to his death. The bartender looks over the guy, goes, "Superman, you're a real dick when you drink."
I hate that. I laughed at that.
I'll tell you, it was a good joke.
I said that was low ball comedy.
It was.
Hey, we're gonna. So I
Where's
think
your joke then?
I said low ball comedy.
there you go.
So I guess it's
So
a boss
I
tech
think
balls
I
comedy.
think starting a new segment on Nerd
stupid,
Talk,
sorry.
we're gonna do a stand-up routine. Everybody's got to give
Absolutely
5
not.
minutes.
No.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm good at puns.
I don't.
That's about it.
And I don't
Hold
think I
on,
can
I
sit through 5 minutes of puns.
So what do we? Okay, then how about this? How about we do a lip sync battle?
Okay, that would be kind of fun.
Well, okay, when I first
But I think
came
that
on
needs
the
to be
show,
pre-recorded.
When I first came on the show, we were supposed to do like an 80s lip sync
That's
battle.
right.
Or a karaoke thing. I'm more down for lip sync.
Okay.
Yeah, and I
Because we
100%
now have
stashed
a
away,
new
so it never
client that
happened.
comes into the studio that can actually do the lip sync battle for us.
Well, you guys keep bringing it back, but I keep putting it away. So
Yeah.
I
Okay.
still think it should be
Inside the
80s though.
I think that would be
Totally
fun.
80s.
Yep.
But we have to dress up like it too.
Okay.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, I'm all
God.
down for that. Hey, did you guys see the logo I got on there? That is a fan artwork. That's on the front of the table.
Oh, I
can't-
did see that.
Oh, hold on.
can't see the
There
front
it
of
is.
the
Oh,
table.
okay.
Durr.
Yeah, let's say people have made constant fan arts for the Gray because the Gray don't have a technical symbol yet because there's like one in the canon. There's also not one in the extended universe, so people have been trying to like make one for them. So there you have a small combination of the Sith and the Jedi.
With the star of the Gray.
Yeah, it's
Some of the artwork
that
that
one
I've
back.
seen for the Grays really reminds me of, oh damn it, the video game that the guy with a sword that comes up to the finger. Was it? Oh golly gee willikers! They went through a
The
pirate.
Assassin's Creed?
Yeah, Assassin's Creed
Oh,
look.
okay.
Oh.
yeah.
Isn't it kind of amazing how that it all kind of warps across?
It's like the thing is the cool thing about it is the Sith were really commonly just assassins because they were really really good at it.
Well, of course they're good at
Well,
it.
the thing is being able to use the Force to muffle your steps is pretty impressive. you could use it to cloak yourself in shadows and become invisible. Like for example, one of them he would turn himself into a silhouette, so it would just he would look like a
That's
shadow.
funny. Did
So
you-
he would stand against shadows.
Mark Muncie's great.
I didn't even realize Crystal.
He's lukewarm.
Oh.
We have got to have Mark on the show. He's got a very good warped sense of humor.
Oh, that's awesome.
He would fit in so well.
In
Mark, when
fifth
can you come
grade.
on?
That's awesome. So, so next
maybe
week,
here soon.
we're going to do a whole show about Megacon, Tampa Bay 2018. Because we have
Bye,
a
Mark.
lot of interviews.
Yes, we do.
Mike did some interviews with some hottie patatis. And I actually did one with Amanda and
mentioned.
Jimmy. Oh, I don't want to mess the name up. So, but they're the ones they're the ones that do the
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn. Yes, absolutely. So it's
Mark.
really, really cool.
Bye, Mark. I'll see you next episode, bud.
Dylan just
Mark Muncie.
backslash
No,
ban.
we're not going to ban Mark.
I'll undo the ban next week.
No, you will
You've
not.
lost your talking privilege. Oh.
Ah, what do you
What do
call
you call
Chewbacca with chocolate in his hair? Chocolate chip walk.
I'm reporting all of your comments.
I'm reporting all your comments. That's funny. Oh my gosh! So we got about a minute. So what are we gonna? So next week we're gonna do Megacon.
So next week we're discussing Megacon.
And hopefully everybody will be back. Ego's not here, and Jeff's taking a hiatus for a little while.
I have WoW knowledge is coming out. The last 3 weeks the nerd world kept going while we were talking about Star Wars. So
Yes,
we kind
it
of got to
did.
catch people
We got to
up.
catch
and
people up.
Bring some of the stuff back to reality. Real quick, the My Hero movie, the My Hero Academia.
How was
movie.
that? I didn't
First
get
of
to
all,
talk to you
that
about
was
that.
fantastic. Second of all, it already beat The Nun and The Predators open weekend. It's not even advertised in America. You have to get special tickets.
Is it
to
still
go
playing
see
this
it.
weekend?
The Predator.
Can we go see it sometime
Best
this
worst
weekend?
movie ever.
Yeah, that was a best.
Can we go see it this weekend sometime?
What?
do you want
It's
to see?
only during the week. It's select nights. We can check Fandango when we
Okay.
get home.
Would you
But
be
I'm-
willing to
I'm
see
down
that?
to
All right,
see
guys.
Okay.
You know what? You got to say goodbye.
All right, everyone.
Love everybody.
everybody.
It's all
See you
good.
later.
Make sure you watch next week. Next week will be not a
every
live,
week.
but it'll be pre-recorded live because we have a big boxing tournament
Oh,
next week,
yeah.
and we will talk to everybody
Yeah, I forgot about
later.
that.